About to go
because
live.
We're going live from the cheese spot. We're going live from our what is that? From the page.
I won't be going live from here.
So yes,
sure y'all tune in.
Everybody tune in. Going over to SipsTea the Show on YouTube. Join us on YouTube at SipsTea the Show because we can actually
we're gonna start Xing out Facebook and everything.
Yeah, because
hopefully y'all will tune into
YouTube and we can share it to YouTube, but we're gonna go Facebook first, and then that way we can get everybody in on the conversation because it's really a collaboration that goes on here. I gotta pull my sleeves down because I'm feeling like I was real strong with that going on. So anyway, we are now logging off our Instagrams and things like that. It is time to get started. Okay.
Woo, what up?
With SipsTea the Show.
Okay. And you guys, it's Wednesday. It's your favorite day.
It's
of the week.
Day.
It's hump day.
Absolutely.
It's WCW Wednesday Crush Wednesday.
Wednesday Crush Wednesday.
What is it?
Woman Crush Wednesday.
Woman Crush.
She don't
No, you know what? It's Wednesday.
Because she's not crushing on nobody.
Girl, I got my CE.
Woman Crush every day.
Yeah. It's you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That was a good cover. That was a good cover up.
But nonetheless,
let me bring us in with some music.
There she go, y'all. On her own shit, y'all.
Go ahead, do your
look.
Hey. I'm gonna tell y'all why I'm happy about this little song, but I don't even know if you hear it, especially when we're talking. This is a shout out to all of us independent artists, independent actors, independent entrepreneurs, independent people. It's GemDTwin original. It's called Indie, so you guys look out for that. And it really does get me hyped when I'm trying to talk about myself. Think about like me and doing what I need to do on my own because nobody's paying me, to do it. So you guys should know that it's certain things, Eric, we see you. But anyway, that's bringing us in. And I was going to play the little song a little bit because later we're talking about that during the Brewing TEA section. How about that?
Oh, we're talking about the DNA.
It was a little we try to bring it in with a little. I'll say my little TT, my Tata bounce for Brewing TEA or whatever.
But what's up, guys? We are definitely out here. SipsTea the Show. We are here. We are bringing it to you live once again. We're gonna get better with that time, but you know what? It's what's gonna get us. So that's the optimistic thing about this.
But hello, you can always look at it on your own.
And that's the good thing about it. So we can go on at 12 o'clock at night, sis.
Except tomorrow, Thursday. So to get up and make other moves. But no, that's absolutely right though. We could go on. We could. I could call come in and be like, girl, come on. I'm feeling like we need to sip a little tea.
Y'all don't know that we live close together.
We do because we're obsessed with each other.
Yeah, we live very, very close together.
We're obsessed.
But no, guys, thank you again for tuning in. Thank you again for your continued support. And look out. We got some great things coming up in the pipeline. We haven't hit the streets in a minute, so we're definitely gonna be hitting the streets really, really soon. But that's more to come on that.
Yeah.
But this week, let's just get right into it.
Absolutely.
Positivity. I've had a lot of great. I actually accomplished a lot this week.
Okay.
It's for my positivity, but I'm gonna read the positivity, but I'm gonna talk about what I accomplished.
Okay. Are you gonna cite your sources?
I am gonna.
When you are you gonna like? We don't want them sources to not be cited.
We learned a value.
We learned a lesson, master.
But before I go forward,
okay,
it's Leo season.
It is Leo season. Row. Let's do a row for all the Leos.
Shout out to all the Leos, including myself.
Your little lines and stuff.
But it's a Leo. Shout out to all the Leos. My birthday is August 13th. I'm in my 30s. Just all you need to know. But shout out to all the Leo season. It is Leo season, the best season of the whole.
Besides that Gemini season, I would concur.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
I think somebody just hit our whole camera like our whole set. Yes. That's when you get a little wet. Like, if we were still cussing on this show, I would have cursed. I would have actually said
who's that Aquarius? No. So we love those Aquarius people, but definitely
Aquarius.
I'm not an Aquarius.
I like Aquarius.
It's the best sign ever.
My son is an Aquarius. Thank you. So
no,
I'm here for the Aquarians. I'm here for the Libras. Geminis, love you guys. I'm definitely here for the Leo.
Okay.
You know I'm here for the Leo.
Okay.
I love me a lot of little Leos.
Okay.
I'm sorry, we gotta fix this because this is irking my whole
I believe hey Sid the Kid real quick. Okay. I know we're in the studio unlocked because somebody just went out. So I believe you might have locked them out.
But why are we doing the side banter? There's someone else here and then. She wants to talk to the interns and stuff, and I'm trying to get this thing shit popping.
All right. Well, I just had to let people know. But anyway, let's
proceed with your positivity.
And of course, I love Aquarius. However, it's still all about Leo.
Okay.
But Aquarius is let me live my life. Anywho, so for me, back to reality. And I will cite this to success.com.
Okay.
It says never give up on something that you can't never give up on something that you go a day without thinking about. That's deep, right?
That's deep. That's deep. I feel that. I feel that.
Okay.
Yes, I'm definitely feeling that. And then that's true.
If you like honestly, don't give up on something, whether it be relationship, whether it be your own success, your own business endeavors, whatever it is. If you get up and you think I got this, I got to get these done, get this money, I got to get this business started. You go to sleep thinking the same thing,
right? You better do it.
You better do it.
You better do
it. And I'll read it one more time.
Okay. Yeah.
Never give up on something that you can't go a day without thinking about.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what is something that you can't go a day without thinking about?
Okay. So I can't stop thinking about my keys. I can't stop thinking about Bay, even though I could kill a day. I kill a day. Okay. I can't think about y'all know, to be honest, like my passions have always been in the entertainment industry, in the motivation. And I cannot go a day without thinking about another way to motivate somebody else. Yeah. So I don't know what the Lord plans for me to do with that. That's another reason why SipsTea is so important to me. Yeah. I don't go a day without thinking about this show, and I don't go a day without thinking about Julia Jam and how the hell we gonna make this be shit poppin', because business in general or making my own way, I don't go a day without thinking about my family, believe it or not. So all of those things. I told her to name one thing, child. She done went through. I'm gonna say because baby, I'm so complex and I'm a Gemini and I can't tell you one thing. I can't tell you one thing. I'm sorry. It just went in. And I got a longer list. Okay. Well, I'll say for me, some things I can't go a day without thinking. It's definitely the you gonna business. Tell me some, or you gonna be one? I'm a few now. Okay. It's definitely. Well, you don't have to ride off of what I'm doing. Do what you do, sis. You want to just tell us one thing you think? Just tell us one little thing. Well, I feel like I can't like you did. Now I got King Jesus. What you about to do? I got I think I'm gonna do, for me, I'm gonna do definitely my family, my sister, my niece, my family. Now you're doing too much. I'm gonna do definitely I think about SipsTea the Show. Even when you probably think I'm thinking about it, I'm always trying to figure out how to even when she is not posting, even when she is not sharing, even when she is not like she's still thinking about SipsTea the Show. No, I know that to be true though. I believe it. Long like God, King Jesus. But no, I'm definitely always thinking about the show, how we can comes to what we have upcoming, plugging us there, and then thinking about our relationship. But really, what I constantly think every single day, what is my purpose? And that's actually something I think every single day. Am I fulfilling my purpose? What is my purpose? And what am I doing to get closer to my purpose? Yeah, so those are some everyday thoughts. You know what I'm saying? And speaking of that, for me, I wanted to just say shout myself out, because I had a list of those that I had. Is that one? No, not really. It's not the same. I felt like that's the tea.
Now, you think that's the tea?
I think that's the tea.
I'm so proud of my baby. We just take us for Brewing TEA. I ain't never was Brewing TEA though.
I feel like that's the tea, boo.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Let me just rock. And I do have one little positivity thing that I want to say today. And then we're going to go on to tell y'all, yes, we got some. Okay, so I feel like what Eb Deceleb is about to tell us is definitely the tea. And I feel like that is Brewing her tea. It is about her goals instead. So, yeah. Okay, so let me go ahead and get my positivity so we can go in, because I know it's the tip of your tongue. I got video. I got the receipts. But anyway, so my positivity, if you guys have been watching SipsTea the Show, our Instagram page, and I hope you do join our Instagram page. It's at SipsTea the Show there too. And Twitter. Please follow us on Twitter, because you know it's lonely out there without followers on Twitter. But I posted on Instagram, and I've actually been trying to do some videos for the car collab. You can do the car collab with GemDTwin, because y'all know I'm doing this Uber, and I got some Uber Chronicles for y'all. But since I spend so much time in the car, I'm doing this car collab. Car collab is all about this positivity and making sure that we get it. So I'm gonna give y'all a GemDTwin original, which I posted on the SipsTea the Show page, as well as the GemDTwin Instagram page, and it was just keep your eyes on your own paper. Y'all remember that at school? When you were sitting at school and they said, you about to take a test, and they said, keep your eyes on your own paper.
Yeah.
Okay. Today, that really, really hit me hard. I'm telling y'all, when I get messages, it's just a message. And the message was keep your eyes on your own paper. Stop looking to the left and looking to the right at what other people are doing, because it's only deterring you from what you should be doing yourself. Your test is not anybody else's test. So you know how you were trying to look over there at your partner, did they write ABC or whatever. Y'all not even taking the same test. So for you to look over there at the answers or where they got themselves to in life on their timeline, it only deters you from getting to where you're supposed to be on your time. For you is going to be for you. You know what I'm saying? And I really feel like when we get caught up in that place, because everybody has felt it, I hear it often about like, I'm this age, I should have this. I'm this age, I'm in this place in my life, I should have this. This should be happening because this is happening to people around me. This should, you know, we get into these shoulda couldas with us when really all we do is moving forward. Like steady your own course and stop looking to the left and the right. Stop looking to the left and the right for approval. Stop looking to the left and the right for acknowledgement. All of these things have got to come from within and from above. Whether you believe in the Lord or whether you're in the universe or what your beliefs are, it comes from somewhere that has everything to do with you and nothing to do with the person beside you. Because Eb Deceleb timeline's not my timeline. We try to sync up, baby, but we still not on the same timeline. Her test is not my test. So keep your eyes on your paper. Keep on forward. Stop trying to, you know, every time we try to cheat, all you're doing is wasting time. When you try to jump over there and do what that person's doing and the person's doing, you're just wasting time. And really, you're wasting time because 9 times out of 10, you looking at that person's cheat, thinking you got the cheat sheet. You looking at somebody else's stuff and wanting to be there or wanting to have what they have is really only messing up your purview about your own shit. You know what I mean? It's only really adjusting your own thought process about your own stuff. And you got this. At the end of the day, that's all I was saying is that, sus, bruh, you got this. Keep your eyes on your own paper. Like, take it back to grade school. You know what I'm saying? Eyes forward, mister. Eyes forward. Steady the course. Just keep it moving.
I like that. Keep your eyes
on your own paper. Yes. And that's a GemDTwin original. So when I'm citing my sources, that came directly from GemDTwin. Okay? So tell everybody that GemDTwin told you to keep your eyes on your own paper. Okay? So that helps. Okay. Now let's move into Brewing TEA. I'm going to play you some intro music and then we'll get back to it. Look, we got this little video shaking like a... Here we go. You know how you try to play on your favorite part? You be wanting to get to your favorite part, like, no, play my favorite part then. When you go, like, remember when she said blah, blah, blah? But yes, this is again indie artist. So shout out to all the independent artists out there doing their thing and trying to make your own way, staying in your own lane and not looking to the left and the right. Because if you really are an entrepreneur out here, you cannot.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something, a personal story about that is with these doing the lock jewelry. Do you guys know how many people do lock jewelry? There's a lot of people that make lock jewelry. Do you know how many people there are out there making jewelry at all? There's a lot of people that make jewelry. Mm-hmm. But guess what? There's still space for you. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. There are a lot of party planners out there. Mm-hmm. There are a lot of YouTubers. There are a lot of bloggers. But guess what? Because you got 15,000 people doesn't mean I can't have 15,000 people. Matter of fact, don't mean we can't have the same people. Space is space. So we don't have to like do the crabs in a barrel thing. We can support each other. We can enjoy where we're at with the whole situation. Do you? Don't look to the left and the right. When I'm looking to my right, let me just start. Let me take a little sip. The tea bag, baby. Mm-hmm. We are brewing tea because Eb Deceleb has accomplished some goals. Would you let me let you go ahead and tell them about your goals and how you set them and stuff like that. And then I'll just talk about how proud of you I am.
Okay, because I didn't think it was tea. However,
it's tea.
So I set some goals for myself at the beginning of the year that I wanted to have accomplished by my birthday. And so some of the goals were for me. One of the most important things that for me was to get my license. Yeah, and it was kind of, I am the one in their 30s that still haven't had their license. Please, me guys, it is a process. Yeah, it is a process. You have your different things that make you afraid to actually jump out there and do things. And one of the biggest things for me, taking tests. I don't like taking tests, so I've always been nervous to take tests. So that's kind of been holding me back from taking that next step. So I've made excuses and made excuses and made excuses. And so finally I said, you know what? I'm not going to turn 32 and still not have a license. My niece had a license. All of my little nieces and nephews getting permits, license, stuff like that. I'm like, wait a minute. I need to step up and do something for myself. So
didn't have your license. Yeah. So Katie over here on SipsTea the Show. I
did not have
past tense. You did not have it, but now say what?
But now, so that was one of my things. Is I got it.
Yes,
I got it. I took the test, and then I said, okay, I got past the test. Then I had to take some classes.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh God. But then I passed all the classes, and then last Friday I went and I took my test, and I was scared. I was shaking, like I got nervous driving there. Made one wrong time. I'm just like shaking. I get nervous about stuff like that, but I overcame those fears. And that's something that my goals goes back to my quote. I think about that every single day. Mm-hmm. I never stop thinking about what I'm supposed to be doing. What is my purpose? And am I living my purpose? And I felt that, you know what? It's very but I felt that how can I speak about progressing and not do it?
Yeah.
So I got my license. I had my title. Now I have a car.
Yeah.
And so that was one of my goals, was getting my license, getting my car. And then my second goal was to, now I'm working on getting my passport. But my third goal is to really get business off the ground.
Absolutely.
That what we have going, and including my dog training business. So you have to set goals. You have to set. It's not about setting big goals. Mm-hmm. It's about setting those small goals to make sure you can get to the bigger goal.
Everything starts with a step.
It does.
One foot in front of the other.
And as long as you're making progress, it's not. I always tell people this all the time. It's not a race.
Yep.
It's a marathon. It's not about how quick can you get there. It's about you're getting there.
Absolutely.
And so it doesn't matter. It took me 32 years to get my license or whatever the case may be. But guess what? I have it.
Right.
And I can say, guess what? I worked for it. And I didn't go another state to try to, some people's like, well, go just do it in DC or go do it in North Carolina. No, I did it in the state that I am. And I went through the process and I completed. And now I can say, I have my license.
Right. Absolutely. Let it be what it be. And
I'm going to let it be what it be. So that was for me, Brewing TEA, like you want to call it Brewing TEA, but that was just me setting goals for myself and accomplishing them. And whatever your goals are, whether there is to save $5,000 or save $500, just start with saving $1.
Right.
Whether it's you did what you had to do. It's whether it's getting your lock jewelry and stuff around. Make one lock.
Right.
Make one lock jewelry.
Yeah.
Whether it's for me doing dog training. get one client.
Yeah.
Make one call. Post one post.
Make one freaking call. I will just to share something with you guys right there on what you just said. When I first started, I had an Instagram page that I started to put some things on, and I didn't even publish the Instagram page because it's always been everything with me, not just the lock jewelry, but lots of things that I want to do. I'm a creative person. I like to paint. I like to make jewelry. I've been making jewelry for years, actually, just pieces for myself, whatever the case may be. And I thought it was pretty cool, but whatever. I wear it, it's all well and good, but I didn't publish it. And then one day it was like, okay, yeah, you know what, whatever. Just go ahead and publish the page, blah, blah, blah. It kind of took me by storm, to be honest, you guys. So that's why I say jump out there and just be ready. The way that you never know what's gonna happen. You cannot just wait to do stuff till you're ready. You know what I'm saying? You claim it and then you go for it and get those steps every day. Every day I've told myself, make one piece. Post something every single day, because that means that I'm taking one step towards what it is I'm trying to do.
Your girl is getting a new phone, right?
Amen.
So y'all don't see this phone.
Yes, that phone.
This phone, right?
That phone almost ruined our relationship. I'm not even trying to tell you.
My phone is cut, so I will definitely be posting. I'll definitely be posting a lot more and stuff like that, and post business, because he inspires me. Like when I tell you her block jewelry is just boom, it went from here to there. It's like, dang, okay, boom. So there's you just gotta start somewhere.
And we all have to keep each other motivated.
And that honestly, when she came and just said, "Oh yeah, I'm getting," I'm like, you know what? I just need to get out there and post more. I don't post a lot, because I don't have my phone's messed up. I always have these different things, but now there is no excuse.
Absolutely.
I'm definitely gonna start.
So you guys heard it here. There's no excuse.
My phone.
Get ready to hear more. Get ready to hear more from Eb Deceleb.
On that SipsTea the Show.
On that SipsTea the Show. Yes, I cannot wait. I actually personally cannot wait for it, because you guys need to see Eb Deceleb and know who she is and why I love her so much. Already, but we're gonna keep it moving, because we're gonna get through these segments today.
Yes,
that's what we're gonna do.
So the next one is what we're doing is
tea time.
Man, for tea time, my tea time is for me. I'm gonna discuss the revolutionary. Podcast guru, the YouTube connoisseur, the ones you demand that everybody talks about is a god. And guess what? It's Charlemagne, donkey of the day.
Now, see, this is why you don't go off talking about somebody the donkey of the damn. Exactly. You know what? That just made me think of this. What Eb Deceleb is about to bring to you, which I was surprised at. He's the donkey of the damn day now. Now, this is my thing. This is the reason why I do not, I try my best not to talk about people, because as soon as you start letting something fly out your mouth in negativity about someone else, is the very minute you get slapped with your own real, like it's real for you, baby, because we are all imperfect. And there's something there that, you're not so proud of. I always tell people that you are, in some stories, the same person. I feel like I'm a good person. But in some stories, somewhere out there in somebody's story, I'm the villain. Some days you are the victor. Some days you are the victim. And some days you are the villain. Some days you are the hero. And some days you are the villain. And it's
some
not
days you are the hero, and some days you are the zero.
It's not even on purpose. Like, I've never intentionally hurt somebody, but I guarantee I've hurt somebody before. You know what I mean? It's not intentional. But baby, when you step out there to blow your mouth off is what you do, and call people the donkey of the day publicly. And then what's going on with you? Girl. Allegedly.
You got somebody out here talking about
rape. Charlemagne the God.
Charlemagne.
Now, if that don't mean the donkey of the damn day.
Even if it's not true, or if it is true, The fact that somebody can say it about you, is
your involvement in the shade and in the situation is
whether
already,
it's true or not true. Who knows? Only God will know. But whether it's true or not true, the fact that your name is involved in something so devious is beside me. And then for the fact that you like to put on everybody else, but my nigga. You had some skeletons in your
and I really need you to. I need to.
You need to humble yourself.
Yes, and what's your take on it? You know what I'm saying? My approach is be humble in the beginning. You know what I'm saying?
So you don't have to worry about being humble in the beginning.
You know what I'm saying? Because now, like, I'm
here's
just
the
like,
thing, he pled guilty. Now, so it went to court,
right?
So I actually was doing some research on it because I'm like, what is all this about? So he actually went to court for it, pled guilty to a lesser charge of giving liquor to a minor.
Yeah.
However, the young lady's mother would not let her testify upon the rape. This happened when she was 15 years old in North Carolina.
Okay.
So now, years later, we have somebody who's actually, I forgot his name, and this comes from what's the name of the podcast I was earlier? It comes from oh my goodness, what's the name of it? Oh God, I forgot it, but Joe Budden also mentioned it as well. But it was another source where I got. So they're actually doing an autobiography where
the victim is, and she's going to relive that moment. Okay.
And if anybody has been in a situation, in a molestation, whatever the case may be, you can't fake that emotion.
Yeah. A lot of times part of their healing process.
It's part of their healing process. And if you see the video, guys, go look it up online. It is viral where she is talking, they're showing snippets of what the autobiography is going to give. So obviously for someone to reach out to her and want to do an autobiography, there has to be some truth, baby. There has to be some truth. I don't give a fuck what you play.
Now, earlier, we kind of, you know, we talked about this a little bit earlier, and I'm like, because I'm shocked and appalled, especially now, you know, we have this Me Too moment, this movement of Me Too, with people in the industry and rape and things like that. And so a lot of people are coming out the woodwork, coming forward and telling their story. And I do believe, being with a mental health background, I know that is part of the healing process. So it's not for me to say whether it did or did not happen. I just know that is one thing that people do. They tell their story so that they can get it off their chest, so that they can stop, you know, feeling like it was a mark on them, and as opposed to the person.
If you watch the video, because they showed snippets of it, like her reaction, you cannot fake. Like she was shaking to have to go back to that place. You know what I'm saying? And when and here's the thing, she was trying to stress a point. Rape doesn't have a face. Molestation doesn't have a color.
Absolutely.
And so she was trying to say to people that it can come from a friend. Because this is somebody she trusted. Charlemagne, the guy, was her friend and wasn't supposed to leave her. But from what the story goes and how she expresses it in her words is that she was gang raped by his cousins and friends, then him. So it goes deep. So this is just go look online at the viral video.
I ain't even seen the viral video, but now I got to see.
My nigga, where are you at? Where is your rebuttal? You can't
because the mouth is this wide open at all times. Everyone else, when you saying Monique, you the donkey of the day, like
now you on the chopping block, man. And now it's time for you to speak about it, because the way they're in that room, it's like there has to be some truth, and you can't just call her a lioness bitch trying to get paid. Because what is she trying to get paid from?
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
And then you also said something to me about the fact that one of the comments was like, because apparently this was happening when she was 15, and then that this is the South, as if that's something that's okay in the South, that to deal with somebody underage, age 15.
So that's what they were saying. Oh, you know, that's what everybody does. It's the South. Rape is rape is rape is rape. I mean, that's just what it is.
Even if it's, and because if it's, you know, two people consenting, even of if that age limit and that age difference, if it's too far apart, of course, if the person's under 18, then that's statutory rape, which is basically somebody telling your old ass that you should know better. I don't care how old you are, you should know better. Because it could, and this is another reason why sometimes the story has to come out, because somebody 21 dealing with a 15-year-old, statutory rape. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know what you're thinking at the time, but it still was what it was. Not saying that that's what happened here, but that is still what it was.
But it goes to this too. It's like, what society really based upon where why is that okay? Why is that okay? Because we have a public figure, and I don't want to take it to the Kardashians, but I must, because the Kardashians, Kylie was dating, was it Tiger, and that was statutory. That was consensual, but it was still statutory.
Oh wow!
Girl, yes, Kylie started dating when she was like 14 or 15. He was like in his 20s.
Oh.
Yeah,
cousin. I'm not even gonna say sister. I'm gonna be like cousin. Exactly.
So it's like, what are we like? First of all, as people, why are we so quick to push that on the hush hush molestation, rape, these things, and that, and the third? And then we wonder why our girls,
our culture,
why our girls, our young women, our young ladies are putting themselves out there in different ways. Look at what they're brought into.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? We have to create a platform. Like my niece, she knows. I have a very, very straightforward platform with her when it comes to stuff like that. Let know what's up. You understand what I'm saying? As people, especially as African Americans, we like to kind of downplay that when a lot of our issues are structured based upon that.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? That girl, based upon what I saw, she will never be okay.
Yeah.
And this might a little closure, but she will never be okay.
I mean, okay, so what I'm gonna say is that she will be okay if she allows herself to heal. That won't go away.
It won't go away.
You know, I will never say that we're gonna lose hope that somebody's gonna be okay. She can be okay, but she cannot. That it won't go away.
No.
You know what I'm saying? That takes a whole lot of mental healing.
Especially from healing. Somebody like Charlamagne the God, and you
absolutely.
And then the thing about it,
and he's just surviving and living.
He done moved on with his life. She's there, still dealing with that. Like who are we to say how long somebody can deal with such?
Right.
Who are we to say?
And where is the apology? And where is the things that help people too? And maybe you guys chime in on this too, either today or in the stream or something like that when you're watching this show. But things that help you with healing. When somebody apologizes to you, does it help you just a little bit, or acknowledging that what happened, or telling you the reason why something happened? Like what, certain things could possibly help you with your healing, even if one of them is to face the situation. But that is some bullshit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Agree. And to watch somebody continue to climb up in the charts and Charlamagne, the last time I just saw him was on an episode of Catfish. They're doing Catfish, the trolling edition. So it's not the original Catfish guys, but they're doing Catfish trolling. And this has been a big thing in the DC area because they have the guy, I'm sorry, I don't have his name prepared because I was not about to talk about him. But people have been talking about him. And he's like in a wheelchair. There was an episode of Catfish, has Charlamagne the God on it. And this guy, and I hate to bring him up and even make him even more relevant, but there is some talk. Nobody in the DC area seems to know who he is, but they found you. And he trolls, but he's literally in a wheelchair. And he was disabled at a young age or whatever. And he says that, or on Catfish the Show, he said basically he started lashing out at other people because I guess he was hurt. That's always a story. You know what I'm saying? But he's known for like trolling. And so I saw something, somebody on somebody's timeline today that he was going back and forth with your girl, Just the Math. Really? And they thought that was funny. Yeah. So we'll get back with you guys about that. Yeah, we will get back to, I didn't even think about it because she loved her some Just the Math.
Yeah.
That's not her name.
It's Just Hilarious.
Just hilarious, but
she is funny.
You know how they.
Honestly,
what did you tell me?
Yeah, I would love to just interview her.
There was some mess with Jess, and that's the reason why. But yeah, there was some mess with Jess. They were going back and forth. Apparently, it's hilarious. So he probably trying to put on. I don't know, but we can't pull each other down and put each other's up. But it was funny that Charlamagne is one of those people. And hey, you telling me that he, about that? Exactly. Really? Stop being the donkey of the day.
He's the donkey of the century.
You're the donkey of the day.
Like, you honestly, I know how much like credibility or respect you're gonna lose in the community, especially with women.
Or will you?
But here's the thing: the crazy shit to me is because he is who he is, people are doubting the truth.
Right. Absolutely.
If he wasn't who he was,
hello, Bill Cosby. Nobody is on board with that.
Yeah, exactly.
So, because he's put in pop, we're not going to believe,
Don't doubt the truth, my man. I just don't understand. But
so
anyway, moving on.
I'm
gonna let you take because I did.
Well,
I'm gonna let you take Suga Honey Iced TEA.
Okay, right.
I'm gonna let you do that. I'm gonna let your people take that.
With my people, okay, all right. So
Charlamagne the God thing. It just
yeah. I was gonna talk to you guys about how we feel about the whole CBJ situation, CBJ and Faith.
Oh, that video.
Yeah, check out the video. The video was
oh my god. Oh my god.
I don't like that.
We're in the studio audience.
The video, don't ever do that again. Because the video was like, the video was hot and steamy. Of course, I was going to say something about that because last week, what somebody said, here, about the marriage.
Look, you shut me up with that video.
Yeah, you did.
You still got it the way you threw them legs in the air, girl.
She shut you all the way up. She did
the way she was taking that video. But you know what's crazy? Yo,
I'm not talking to
you.
It was nice and steamy in the shower. It made me want to go get in the shower with my boo.
I'm a shut up. Faith.
Lights, camera, action.
Faith Jordan still got it.
She was like, you know what? You think that was a slam against Mimi? Because, like, you was in the shower with your little thing. They was like, boo, this is a shower scene. This how you get your pay. Okay. I don't know. My mind thing.
But you want to know what's
They was like, let me show you how to do it better than that, baby.
You know what's funny? Because I was watching the whole Charlamagne the God thing. So sometimes some past videos will come up or whatever. So I clicked on it was Faith, so I was like, let me listen to it. And it's so crazy because last year she said on Breakfast Club, quoting my source, Breakfast Club, that she's like, oh yeah, I just don't take Stevie J serious. I don't really, it's just Stevie J. I don't take him serious. Like we try to date. I will always have love for him, but it's just him, and I don't have.
That's what I said. That might be her boo, like that one. She just.
I think she really
stopped playing games. They will probably get together. So we'll see.
Honestly, I hope it works.
Me too. I love, and I really hope it works out because he needs to stop whatever he's doing, baby.
But I'm just curious to see how is that going. Like, is she going to be on Love and Hip Hop?
Hell no.
She
might. You never know because it's they got the songs out and stuff in the video. She might be a baccoon. He might look. Jocelyn came in here and was like, no. But anyway, so we're gonna move on to the Suga Honey Iced TEA. Well, on that, y'all check if y'all haven't seen the video. You guys look up the video and see what's what with that. It was pretty hot and steamy. They did seem to have very much chemistry on.
Yeah, they did. And they couldn't fake that shit.
Yes, because it definitely made me
made me feel away.
Shower. Okay, to the shower.
Please.
I know. I really was here for that. I really was here for some of those scenes.
I ain't gonna lie. When I started texting my girl, what's that?
Exactly. Don't make you text your girlfriend and be like, hey, so
what we doing? What we doing?
Trying to shower or something. Shoot, get the camera. Let's see. We can recreate this. So we're gonna move on to Suga Honey Iced TEA. And Suga Honey Iced TEA is what we're gonna talk about all kinds of things. I'm not sure, it does not have a title. We have to talk about the things that we are not here for. The Suga Honey Iced TEA, during this segment, we are going to pass out the shits award because we're not with the shit. Okay. In the beginning, we said a lot of things about Trump and the president, We're not talking about you. We already know you get the shits award every day of the week and we done with it. So it could be politics. It could be anything, but today.
Today, what is it today?
So.
Okay.
I got 2 nominees for the shits award and you guys. Okay. So. Number 1, Little Anna Woodward, 18 years old. little Anna Woodward of 18 years of age decided that she wanted to see if Kiki, is you with me? Is you riding? She wanted to do the damn challenge. So she jumps out of her car to do the Kiki challenge. And I will say this, first of all, the only reason I'm going to talk about this and bring this up is because Anna is okay and she is recovering. Mm-hmm. But she's recovering from falling the fuck down, busting her head wide open, and going to the hospital. It was so bad that they called her father and like she's not gonna live. So her dad was on the radio and he's like, you know, he's breaking up and stuff like that. So I actually looked it up and there is news coverage of it and stuff like that. But yes, little Anna Woodward, she literally said, I thought it would be fun. You know what I'm saying? They're at this location or whatever. Look up the story, but her name's Anna Woodward. She thought it would be fun to do the Kiki challenge. She's with her friend. She thought it would be fun to do the Kiki challenge.
And all those who don't know what the Kiki challenge is.
Do you want me to damn do it or something?
Yeah, do it.
Just look it up. Okay, so Kiki challenge came from Shiggy and Drake. Song Kiki, is you with me? Is you whining? Okay, so people are jumping out of their cars. First of all this week on the radio, they have been doing news coverages and things like that, saying they want people to stop doing the Kiki challenge because people are jumping out. Will Smith actually did the Kiki challenge, or Am I Feeling Challenge? I don't know. I think they're calling it both names, but he did it from top of a bridge and whatever the case may be. So it was great. But please know that Will Smith has a whole team behind him. He has a whole cameraman. He has whole aerial things. He's safe. He might look like he's not safe and like it's risque, but he was safe, baby. Okay. Wow. Now you jumping outside of your car and performing a video snippet while you're from a moving vehicle, which is what it is.
I wish you had it.
Yeah, people will. We can put it on the page later because everybody's doing it. Like if you look up Kiki challenge or Am I Feeling challenge, you'll find several videos.
I think I posted my little.
People are actually jumping out of their moving vehicle. So the vehicles move. You got the door open and you doing your little jig or whatever as the car moves. So apparently Amanda Panda. I'm sorry, not the Panda. Anna baby. Anna Warden. So she jumps out the car. She must have fell and she hit her head. She said that was the last thing she remembered, like jump out of the car. Okay, so she must have pulled a move. She jumped out. She must have failed. Like, come on now. The car is moving. You're awkward. You're awkward as fuck. Like, and then you fail. So baby, I'm sorry. I would not put you up for this shits award if you were still hurt, but you're not.
Nah, but
that was a traumatic ordeal. Now think about the people involved. Now you got the paramedics, you got your parents. Like, please don't ever let them do that to me. Like please don't jump out of a movie. Don't go to the hospital. Like the hospital is banned. So don't put yourself in a like risky situation and then be surprised that something crazy happens. So I'm gonna put you up for the shits award, baby. And the other funny thing is that this morning when I first heard the story, I was in an Uber. My passenger decided, she was laughing to high hell. Inside, I was laughing high hell too, because the first thing we thought was, I'm sorry, but that she's Caucasian. The thing about this is that there are certain things that I feel like, and this was a conversation, I feel like very often there are things that we attribute to African-American teenagers and things that we attribute to Caucasian teenagers. And you can just figure it out by hearing what the hell happened. Like, so you hear Anna jumped out her car to do the challenge and you're like, yeah, she must be a little Caucasian child.
Ain't no nigga about to get out their car.
No, there are plenty of African Americans doing the Kiki challenge, but none of them
ain't jumping out no car.
They do jump out the car. I've seen it. Okay, so but see, I don't know if you jumped out the car, if you got a friend. It just feels like you did it safer or something. I'm not sure, but I know they're not gonna report you on the news because you done bust your head and had a life-threatening. You almost damn died doing a Kiki challenge will they say of no Black teenager ever? Okay, so she's up for the shits award because we're not with that shit. We're not with this shit. The shits of the Kiki challenge. Are these some of the other stupid challenges that people are doing? Like pour hot water down your throat. Like what? There's a challenge that they were talking about pouring hot water down your throat. This is killing people. So up for the shits awards is all the stupid challenges that you guys want to do. Like stop doing you have got to find something else to do with your life. Why do you have that much time on your hands that you want to go boil some water, get with your stupid friends and try to convince each other to pour some damn hot water down your throat. Just stop it. Just stop it. Let it go. Like, think about some of these things before you damn do them. Are you drunk? Are you going high? Are you high? Like, what kind of drugs was involved? Okay, so now, like, this one is really serious. Not saying that the Kiki challenge is not serious, because like, put it on the side of caution. Be safe. Be safe. But in Missouri, Peculiar, Missouri, there was a video somebody actually from one of my pages sent me a video of a police officer texting while driving, or at least in his words, he said that he was looking at his phone. He was looking at looking down at his phone or whatever for a reason. And he literally comes around a turn, hits a bicyclist, who is just so happens to be wearing a GoPro. Now, if you guys don't know what a GoPro is, I love my GoPro. Like, you might see me with my GoPro around about, but a GoPro it's a small camera. It takes great footage, but you can do, like, it takes great action shots. So a lot of people would use the GoPro, and they have these things that you can attach it to your body with and all this other stuff. So he probably had the GoPro helmet cam on, and as he's sitting at a stop sign or coming around this turn, the bicyclist, he's sitting there waiting, and here comes police officer striking down this guy. Now, luckily, the guy didn't die or anything. He was actually talking after the accident. He's like, "What's going on?" And the police officer was like, I was texting. I was looking at, like, seriously.
Can we say, was that some Caucasian?
Baby. Now, this is one thing. Now, okay, so two things about this. You are up for the shits award, sir. We are not with the shits. Number one, okay, so I know that people text while they're driving or do whatever.
You're not supposed to be texting.
You're not supposed to be texting while you're driving. You're not supposed to be looking at your phone. This is actually one of the reasons why. But the point is, one of the points is that it's a law. So you being an officer of the gosh darn law,
it's a law.
You are steadily breaking it, and you're breaking a law that you would enforce. And you would probably enforce this law with force if you needed to. You know what I mean? You would be ready to send us down the river. So, it kind of that whole racial inequality situation. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if I would meet an American driver and I hit you, if you would be so ready to forgive me either. There are so many things that happen undercover that, race plays a part. It plays a part. And I think a lot of us are getting tired of seeing it. And so we're in this information age where people are walking around with cameras, where I'm riding around with a camera literally on my freaking forehead. Please stop it with the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you are up.
Why did he have a GoPro on his forehead?
He probably was taking footage of his body. A lot of you guys look on YouTube, you'll find a lot of the GoPro camera is actually very, very good for action shots. I took some footage in the pool. I took some footage of us. It's very good for action shots. It has a stabilizer in it. It's very small and compact. So a lot of YouTubers use, a lot of people doing, just like animated things. It's a very, very good action camera. Okay. So he probably had it mounted. They give you all these mounts. So he probably bought a helmet mount or head mount or something like that. And it's probably recording ride. It was probably going to be great footage all the way up until Officer Friendly over there hits you just standing there like an innocent bystander. So, that starts the conversation. But for that reason, like, people stay woke and be aware of what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Yes, don't text while driving, because this could be the outcome. Thank goodness nobody got hurt. But he is up for the shits award. You know, because I'm sure in Missouri, if I was the black person on the side, he probably wouldn't. I'm not even going to say that. I'm not going to say that he probably wouldn't have stopped. I'm not going to say that if I was a black person that I hit somebody because I was texting while driving. I'm not going to say that I would be under the jail. I'm not going to say any of those racist things that are probably, I will say that. Okay. Okay. So both of you Caucasians, I'm sorry, not Asian bashing. I love my Caucasian brothers and sisters. I do. Because I have had some that have come to my aid as well. But these two particular today, you're up for the Shits Award. Hands freaking down. So who you think gets it?
I'm laughing at the song person.
Kiki.
I'm sorry. I think she gets it.
She gets the Shits Award. I mean, when we talk race equality, I'm gonna have to give you the Shits Award, Officer Friendly, over there and Peculiar over there. Okay. But that was on the Shade Room, so if you want to see the footage, you can go to the Shade Room about and look at that as well. But you know we gotta keep it moving because we need to talk about love.
Deal breaker.
Yeah.
Deal breaker.
Yeah.
Relationship deal.
Okay. So this is affinity. And in affinity, we're going to talk about love and relationships of every kind. Friendships, parentships, kidships, relationships. But today, we are actually going to talk about relationships. And the question is, what are your relationship deal breakers? For instance, is cheating a deal breaker? Is timeliness a deal breaker? Like honesty. A deal breaker. Honesty. Is honesty a deal breaker? Like what's your deal breaker?
For me,
yeah, what's the actual deal breaker?
For deal, I mean, honestly,
do you have any?
Everything's up for talking about. You know what I'm saying? I think everything is forgivable. But I mean, at first I would be one to say cheating, right? However, talking to someone today and really putting things in perspective, is cheating a deal breaker?
Yeah.
Because you know, you love this person. You know what I'm saying? Like you have this person you want to spend the rest of your life with because someone has you. What do you call it? What does she say? A few discretions or whatever she called it. Indiscretion. Is it worth the person you love over? So I mean, that's just something that she said to me, and I was like, "Oh, that's true." I mean,
who is she?
We'll meet her later. I'm not going to know who she is.
Okay.
We'll meet her later soon enough. But she said that to me, and I was like, "Oh, I never really thought about it." Because at first I'm like, "Oh, if you could cheat, then you could do anything else." But I mean, I'm thinking like, okay, well, I mean, nobody's perfect, right? But for me, something that could possibly be a deal breaker is if you're a liar.
Okay.
I can't with a liar.
But you're a liar, be a cheater or no? Well, I mean, like that makes.
I guess you could be. If
I feel like sometimes those things are wrapped up together. I can say
everything is in hand, but for me, a liar.
Yeah.
Because you could be honest cheater. You could be like, look, I have. Oh, so that's what she was saying. She was like, her and her wife, they've been together for a really long time, and she was like, you know, she'll have a conversation. She said, she's like, tell me that, hey, that looks like somebody I don't want to fuck. Have that open communication is what she was saying.
Oh, okay.
If you have that open communication, there leaves room for anything unnecessary or any surprises.
Okay.
You know, and so that's what she was trying to make a point of. She was like, say, hey, y'all are out or whatever. Oh, babe, she looks good. That might be somebody I want to fuck. Not saying you're going to do it, but at least you're having an open forum where you can express those thoughts.
Okay.
So that's how she said it. But for me, I think for me, a deal breaker for me is a liar. And if I find myself putting more into a relationship than you, then it's time for me to let it go.
Yeah.
You know, because I can't ride this wave alone. You know what I'm saying? So we have to be able to be cohesive in one. Yeah. And I can't feel like I'm giving 100 and you're giving 20. We're not one. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So for me, that's another deal breaker is, are we both as equally committed to making this thing work as together as one, or is it one person more than the other?
Right.
I personally
nobody wants to feel like that, though.
I can't deal with that. Some people don't mind. Some people be like, okay, cool, it's all right. I know I love her more than she loves me. My mama always told me, find somebody that loves you more than you love them.
Yeah, I mean, and if you think about that statement, that's good for you, but that other person is actually loving somebody who doesn't love them as much. You know what I'm saying?
If both parties are following that, but here's the thing. And
would you guys be together? Or
if she was loving me more than I was loving her, and I was loving her more than she was loving me, we both get love.
Then y'all not really loving each other more then.
But we are. Because
if I love you more than me,
so you're giving me everything I need, and then I'm loving you more than you love me, then I'm giving you everything you need. So everybody's feeling equal amount
if you're
of
actively
love.
Okay, so
you see what I'm saying?
I do say that love is an action word. So if you're actively engaged in trying to love me more than, but I do believe that there is a such as being in a relationship. Excuse me, and you love that person, or you love that person more than they love you. You know what I mean?
It's always good.
I think that happens where sometimes there's an imbalance, and I personally, actually, I don't know how I feel about that, but I think that is possible. So that's kind of what comes to mind when you say that. When you say, find somebody that love you more then you love them,
and then vice versa. They need to make sure they're finding somebody that loves them more than they.
Because I feel like that's a power thing. When I love you more than you love me, then you have this control over me. That's what it makes me feel like. Yeah. Because that the other word is love you. Other word for love you more than me is you're more vested. I'm more vested in you than you are invested in me.
But though, it goes to how people are showing. People show that love differently, because I would think sometimes, and having to learn this, like people show that love differently.
Yeah,
like, I'm more of a doer type person, a very giving person, and I show my love that type of way. Where my girlfriend is more of a thoughtful, like she thinks about everything. You understand what I'm saying? I do, she thinks, so it works. You understand what I'm saying? And understanding that compatibility there. But if it's a situation where I found that I was 100% and she was 30%, it wouldn't work for me.
Right.
And that for me is a deal breaker, because of the fact that I know in my mindset I wouldn't have to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? So when you put yourself in a position where you don't have to deal with something, you have a deal breaker. People, when you don't have a deal breaker, is because you're willing to put up with.
Okay, so how about this though? When we're talking about breakers, we talking about in a marriage, because I feel like there are some things that after you get married, you are kind of in a different space.
That's called compromise.
No, I'm talking about as far as the deal breakers. Things that may be a deal breaker when we're dating may not be a deal breaker when we're married.
Oh yeah,
I think if we made
a level of seriousness.
If we've made that commitment to get married and we're actually married or something like that, and say, because I feel like the biggest deal breaker in the book usually is cheating. That's usually the first thing people think about as far as a deal breaker. But child, I used to watch Maybelline Ephraim on the Divorce Court. And she used to be like, baby, I've been married for some umpteen years, and cheating is not a deal breaker. Okay. And I felt her on that, because it's like, I felt her on that because so many other things, because cheating, that means sex. You know what I mean? Okay, fine. That's like 30 minutes, an hour, whatever the case, whatever your little situation is.
Walk away
from something.
That investment.
Because this person, if you're married to them, this person should be your best friend. They should be this is your forever person. You know what I'm saying? And so what could come along that would make you actually chuck that? Now, I do believe that at that point, there should be some seriousness between you guys to where you could almost work out just about any damn thing. You know what I'm saying? Now, prior to, because we got to marriage some kind of way. So hopefully, but I don't believe that you should stay in something while you're dating. That's a whole bunch of BS either. I don't know, because think about all the people that you dated along the way. You're not with them. So why would I have put up with your this, that, and the other when we have no promise of the future? And I think a lot of times we are so hell-bent on looking at the future that we're willing to overlook everything. And if you can't get through this little piece with me, then we doomed. You know what I'm saying? If you can't get through, I mean, I know that people are like, well, look, when I get married, that's when I made that promise to you, blah, blah, blah. But I feel like if we decided to get married, if you asked to marry me, I asked to marry you, you know, we decided that that's what we're going to do. There should be a level of commitment right there that, you know, you should.
Some people say you're single until you get married.
You're single until you get married. I mean, and then, you know, let's not say that a ring and a piece of paper means everything either. You know what I'm saying? That's always been paid. For real, if you're going to do it to me without one, you will do. A ring is a piece. Here you go. That means you're not going to cheat on me. You're not going to do this. This means you're going to be my helpmate.
Yeah.
And help me pay my bills. Or we going to, this mean that no, baby. This does not mean that if something bad happens to me, you're going to be right there just because you gave me a ring. It doesn't. If the sentiment behind the ring is not there, the ring is just a hunk of junk. The ring is nothing. The ring is a thing. I could get another one from another jeweler. The jewelers have thousands and millions of rings. Beautiful rings. They're without the sentiment behind the rings mean nothing. So I'm not saying that necessarily, because really, to be honest, sometimes I don't know what my deal breakers are, because I'm kind of like you as well. Like it really goes down to how I feel, what I feel in that situation. Because I will come off the break and say cheating is a deal breaker, but I know I've dealt with cheating.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I experienced that in the past. Now, would I want to do that again? Absolutely not. You know why, though? Because I feel like cheating is one of those things that's not just about the act. Number one, might be a deal breaker for me, because guess what? I don't respect you anymore, because I respect people to just see what it is. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to lock me in and you want to go do whatever you're doing, because I don't respect that person. Keep it 100 with me. If we get to go do whatever we want to do, and we are in an open relationship, then let us be in an open relationship. Don't have you get to go do what you want to do, and I'm over here being faithful. Absolutely not. I cannot respect that. I can respect somebody who comes to me and says, hey, I feel this way. I do want to do this. I got this kind of blah, 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 because you give me choices. And I feel like that's a respect thing. Like, you respect me enough to give me a choice. And I also think that cheating, going behind somebody's back, and the other person doesn't have answers, and this, you send them into a mental journey where in that they think about themselves. You know what I mean? So a lot of us internalize cheating like something is wrong with me, as opposed to
what the fuck is wrong?
Yeah, that is the one thing that I got out of a heterosexual relationship. Praise the Lord, is that guess what? When people cheat on you, it ain't nothing about you as much as it is about them wanting to go have sex with somebody else. Period. Like, it's nothing about you. You are still the most beautiful person that you always have been. You are still freaking amazing. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with the primal desire to do something else, and they at that moment they just did not care. Like, and that's another thing I feel like, you know, weighing. That's where I would take it. I'm like, so when you were weighing whether or not you were going to do that, you decided to do that, but
you gotta always
weigh this
with
relationship.
The cheating, you start going back through processes. You start processing.
Yes,
like,
you processing. So
thoughts and shit. So.
Yeah. But
no, we definitely got to keep the show moving, because we're hitting that hour or after that hour mark.
That's mine. I can't do different shows for different. There you go. That's my deal breaker.
Different. Okay, perfect.
Yes.
Bert, lead by example type of situation. Treat me how you want to be treated.
Exactly. Let's just do this.
But no. So we're definitely going to keep the show moving. Into wellness parts. I think for wellness today, it goes back to, what was it? Well, do you have anything for wellness? Mine was just about, what was it today? I do my wellness Wednesdays at my job, and I always try to bring it here because it is some great stuff. But it was talking about making sure that you eat 3 to 4 times small meals a day, 3 to 4 small meals a day, and making sure you get at least 8 hours of sleep. And then talking about sleep, what is sleep? If not having enough sleep, what can it cause? And so it was talking about how it can cause depression. Not having enough sleep can cause depression, anxiety. It can cause you to also overeat.
Yeah.
If you don't get enough sleep, it also slows your metabolism.
Yeah.
So you can gain weight by not getting sleep. And And then also just not being alert. You're what is it? You're
drowsy,
alert, not aware.
Yeah.
So make sure you guys are getting enough sleep, because before losing weight or anything, you have to rest your body.
Yeah. I actually was saying something about, like, you know how people do Transformation Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
And part of
Sleepy
transformation,
Sundays,
I feel we need to, as far as wellness, let's not just Transformation Tuesday on our bodies. We got to do Transformation Tuesday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday on our mind.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And with that comes the rest and all of that other stuff. I need to just, like, to be honest, GemDTwin ain't been getting no sleep. And it's one of those things where I know it's wrong, and we get on that mode when you're actually out there and you doing this, that, and the other, and you're just trying to make it happen in life, and you feel them making, headway. So sleep is like secondary. But what actually happened to me as a result is the fact that I literally have been having a twitch. My face has been twitching. I'm going to say this. Bitches, my face has been twitching because I'm not getting enough sleep, because I am like stressed out. When I say stress is a killer, this is my first indication, to the point where my face has been twitching for probably almost approximately 2 weeks on and off. It got really bad this week to where I noticed the last time I felt like this, I was actually in a crazy little situation, and my eye was twitching, and I would get black spots, and I knew I needed a change in my life. Well, this time, recently, one twitch you be okay, another twitch you be okay, but when it starts to like twitch, I literally get like a twitch in my lip. It's like it like looks like I'm smirking, but it drives me nuts. It's involuntary, and everything that I have read says basically this will come from stress, fatigue, and combinations of caffeine could actually contribute to it, and I have the trifecta, baby, because I am stressed out all the time. You know what I mean? Just because, you just out here trying to do it. I am literally trying to get 3 things up and running at the same damn time and live my regular life. So, sleep has been one of those things that has actually suffered, and I can mark it that actually happening. So it's real, and you will start to get, this is the first time in a long time that I've started to get physical signs that I'm not getting enough sleep and that I'm stressed out. I know I'm looking like I'm good or whatever, like I'm getting my sleep. Look at this, my skin looking just as smooth, but a bitch is twitching.
Look,
like I'm twitching. I'm twitching and tweaking and twitching and twitching. Like seriously,
and
your lips start twitching.
Being said,
we gotta go take a nap.
Know it's our hours. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure you get enough sleep. Make sure you stay on.
Yeah, because Eb Deceleb looks like she about to go to sleep right now. Like what?
She's tired.
She's talking about we could do it at 12 o'clock. No, not you, baby. No, but yes, thank you guys for tuning in.
Thank you guys so much for watching, and please tune in
and share this with your friends
and let people hear it. And we'll see you next Wednesday.
Absolutely. And we're oh my gosh. And this is when you want longer arms than the Lord gave you. Bye. Look at you, just as tired. You tired. You're tired ass. Oops, wait. Ooh, I don't think we're that. I can't end this. You just left me.
Yeah.